Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first annual Graduation on Wheels. My name is Muriel Kenyon, and I serve as the Director of Health and Physical Education for DC Public Schools. And I love my job because I get to oversee health and physical education and the programming that we do. Can we give a big round of applause to your health and physical education teachers? They do a lot of hard work and have taken you through our Biking in the Park cornerstone. Did you guys enjoy that? Awesome, awesome. So because you're second graders and you went through the Biking in the Park cornerstone, learned how to ride your bike safely, today DC Bike Ride is donating a bike, a helmet, and I see you guys have, some of you guys have your helmets on, and a lock for you to continue your joyous unit on a bike. How does that sound? Was that great? All right, cool. So I want to tell like a little personal story of mine and just kind of like why this came about, right? So I'm a native Washingtonian, and I grew up in DC, and a big part of growing up was riding our bikes. Like my friends would come over and we would go riding, you know, all the time. And so much so that my father, and he was also a big bike rider, he took us on a family vacation to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, where we rode our bikes from DC to West Virginia when I was in the second grade. That is a 65-mile ride to West Virginia and back. So it was very challenging. But it made a big impression on me as a native Washingtonian and a second grade at that time. So when I came into this role in 2015, one of our bike partners had emailed me and said that we were seeing students and they were having to teach them how to ride as old as 5th grade. And I thought, we have got to solve this problem. So at DCPS, we were tasked with creating a cornerstone where everybody across one grade band would learn something. So in second grade, you all get to learn how to ride a bike. And part of that was because of that experience that I had as a second grader growing up in Washington, D.C. So we have a nice program here for you today. It's a graduation, so we have some very special guests here. And Michael, will you introduce our first guest? Michael?
Good morning. My name is Michael Cooper. I go to King Elementary School, and I am in second grade. This year has been great because we've been learning how to ride bikes and be safe outside with help from my friends. And now everyone gets to see what we learn. I'm excited to be here today because we're all getting new bikes and we'll get to decorate them with cool stickers. Our teachers and schools have worked hard to help us learn to ride bikes this year, and the chancellor makes sure that all the students have what we need to learn and grow. Thank you for caring about us, Chancellor Furby.
Awesome. Good morning, DC Public Schools. I'm excited to be with you today. Michael, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Let's give him another round of applause. I can't wait to share with your principal how you did today. It's great to be here the great Kenilworth Park and be a part of this special day, a celebration for our second graders. And there's so many people here today that made this possible. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to Mr. Schaffel, his family, DC Bike Ride, their friends, the volunteers, everyone who made this possible, the generosity here. I'm really grateful for it. I'm really proud of you, our second graders, the amazing work that you've done, but I also want to thank again our health and physical education educators who are led by Ms. Kenyon, and they are providing an amazing experience to our second graders as a part of our cornerstone that the Director Kenyon mentioned earlier. We have a fleet of educational bikes that we use, and it's an amazing resource to serve our second graders and helping them learn how to bike. And Director Kenyon mentioned we've been doing this since 2015, so we're almost a decade in. But to our second graders, there's nothing like having your own bike, right? Yeah. So we're excited again. Thank you again to DC Bike Ride for providing students not only their own bicycle, but look at the amazing helmets that students have to ensure that they're safe and protected as they're riding their bikes throughout the city. And I am told that we have 200 scholars here represented across several of our elementary schools. So I want to make sure we recognize all the schools that are here today. So if you are a second grader from C.W. Harris, let's make some noise. All right, all right. And I know our Henley Hornets are buzzing. If you're from Henley, let's make some noise. And let's hear it for King Elementary School. And then certainly not least, let's recognize our Whitlock Bears as well. Yeah, exciting. Again, thank you to Director Kenyon for your leadership. She's been amazing in supporting this effort and ensuring that these experiences open doors, and it's also a part of what takes place in the classroom. So what's interesting about our cornerstone is there's a connection with these experiential learning experiences that students have between what happens outside of the classroom and also what happens in the classroom. To our students that have learned how to ride the bike, you don't have to ride to Harper's Ferry. I know Director Kenyon did, but we want you to know that there are great places here in the district that you can ride your bike. And thank you, Mayor Bowser, for supporting this and also ensuring that our city is beautiful for our young people to ride across our city. Also, you can be a part of the 8th annual DC Bike Ride. And so coming up in September of next year, many of you get the opportunity to showcase your skills in that way. Now, one of the things we want to make sure that you second graders know that as a part of this experience, we want you to be safe. So I am going to close with a pop quiz. Now, my understanding is that you know the ABCs of bike safety. I want to make sure that you know the checks. So there's an A, there's a B, and a C, and hopefully you know what each, I see hands up already. All right, that's great. So first, who knows what the A stands for? I think I saw your hand first, right here in the red. What does A stand for? Air, exactly. Let's give him a round of applause. So you want to make sure first that your tires are inflated to the proper weight and that your bike tires are safe for you to ride. I see some more hands up. So I know that you know what that B stands for. Right here in the blue, what does the B stand for? Brakes. Excellent. Give a round of applause. You want to make sure that your brakes are operating properly. And then we have the C. Let's see, who knows what the C stands for? What does the C stand for? Right, so you want to make sure, let's give a round of applause. So you want to make sure your cranks and your chains are operating properly. See, Mayor, they know what to do. They know what to do to be safe. So we want you to ride safely, enjoy your summer, enjoy your new bikes. And again, thank you to all of our partners that made this possible today. We know that this is a huge milestone. We're happy to celebrate with you. It's my pleasure at this time to turn it back over to Director Kenyon. Thank you.
All right. So thank you, Chancellor Fairby. And it sounds like you guys aced that quiz. Yeah? All right, cool. So I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Sheffield. He's the owner of DC Bike Ride, and he's going to have some remarks from them.
Thank you. I'm not the owner of DC Bike Ride, but I'm part of it, and it's a real pleasure, Director Kenyon. So today's going to be a really good day. The weather, whether it rains or not, it's sunshine in our hearts, and we're going to have a lot of fun riding. So first of all, are you having a good day so far? Okay, that's good. I think it's going to get even better when we're out on the track riding around. So we've got 7 schools here today. They're all graduating from 2nd to 3rd grade, and they all learned how to ride bikes. Thank you to what is a really innovative program from Ms. Kenyon and DC Public Schools Health and Physical Education curriculum. And they also learned how to do it safely, and they're going to be doing it, as we were saying, in the most beautiful city on the planet. So congratulations to all of you. And a number of you are actually born in 2016, and so was the DC Bike Ride. In fact, it was a brainchild, that guy standing over there in the DC shirt. That's Chris Brown. And he had this idea to partner with DC and others who care about the district to host a 20-mile annual fun ride through the streets and across bridges in DC, but with no cars, and to help bike riders be more safe, inspiring, and have fun for people of all ages. And you guys are actually going to get free passes to the DC Bike Ride for yourselves, and 2 could be adults or siblings to join you. So that's hopefully something you'll be doing. And as was said before, these inspiring young people, a lot of them hadn't ridden bikes before, but with this bike that you're getting is really a gift of thousands of riders in the DC Bike Ride and its partners. And speaking of its partners, your bike does have that lock and that stylish new helmet that you have. That comes from our partners, Bell, who gave those to us, gave those to DC. And they recognize your hard work and learning to ride this year, and we want you to keep learning, keep adventuring, but do it safely. I need to say thank you to Mayor Bowser and the government of the district and DCPS for being so supportive of biking and of biking safety, and truly caring about the fitness and healthy environment for DC citizens and DC visitors. I want to thank Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, who always cares about our health, and Events DC, who make living or visiting DC fun. That's what they do, because both made this ride happen. And by the way, as much as we love to ride, when you're done riding around today, you're not going to have to ride your bikes back home. You're not going to have to ride them to Harper's Ferry just yet, or even back to the schools, because JK Moving, Chuck Kuhn and the team, sent 5 trucks and crews here, and they're going to bring them back to your schools later today. And so a thank you to JK. I also want to thank JK for providing the warehouse space where Richard Ellis, Parson Nazari, and the DC Bike Ride team, Bob Saunier and John Wolf, spent much of the past month building these 200 bikes. It actually takes longer than you think to build these bikes. And Sharon Benet and Teresa Tran Long, thank you for organizing so much of this. And thank you, Karen Schaufeld, for having this idea. And also, thank you, Jeff Carneal, for being a partner in everything that we do. So since its inception, the DC Bike Ride has contributed millions to the local economy, supported organizations such as Washington Area Bicyclists Association and Wounded Warriors, and of course this graduation on wheels. So now we want to celebrate community, health, and the joy of riding together. I want to thank all of the adults who are here today, And I want to congratulate all of you again on your success. Look forward to getting rolling across the street. And now it's my honor to welcome Ricardo Johnson, who's Executive Vice President of Strategic Growth and Government Programs for Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield, whose team has been here with big smiles all morning supporting our students. And Ricardo, can you please come and say a couple of words? And thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. And I will try to be short. It is an honor to be here with you all. You all are incredibly smart. I knew the A, I knew the B. I got to the C, and I was hoping the Chancellor was not going to call on me. And so you all taught me something this morning. Thank you to DC Bike Ride. It is a pleasure being a partner. Care First has partnered with DC Bike Ride since the inception of the ride. And it's an honor because, not just because we care so deeply about our city and about healthcare. It's an honor because we get to partner with the great folks like the mayor and the chancellor and DC events and be part of a group that really is making DC a healthier place to be, a better place to be. And so we've sponsored for a number of years and will continue to sponsor. And it really is because of the work that happens today, because of work like this, that these second graders, that you all, get to lead a healthier life. Bikes are not just about fun, although they are incredibly fun. They are a tool that empowers you, to take better care of your physical health, to make friends and improve your mental health. It's a tool that brings folks together and really begins to change the social environment and your emotional well-being, and we are incredibly proud to support both DC Bike Ride, but also DC Public Schools in our city. It is probably, as a father of a 9-year-old, I thank the volunteers, the Care First volunteers, all the other volunteers participating, because I'm sure the parents are thinking, we are so glad we don't have to put together these bikes, and that they already come together. And so we hope that you enjoy them. We hope that you enjoy them, make friends, have fun, and that all of the sponsors and supporters and volunteers, we continue to do this great work together and continue to pedal toward a healthier, better DC. So thank you very much, and I'm going to turn it back over to Director Kenyon.
Thank you. Azari, will you come up here and introduce our next guest?
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Azari Graham, and I am in 2nd grade at Whitlock Elementary School. When I started the school year, I didn't know how to ride a bike, but with the support of my family, teachers, and friends, I stayed positive and practiced a lot. Thanks to my teachers and DCPS, I'm proud that now I can ride a bike and will be able to play outside with my friends over the summer. Thank you to Mayor Bowser for making the streets a safe place for us to ride our bikes in the lanes, trails, and parks.
Well, good morning, boys and girls. Please give a big round of applause to your colleagues who got up here and made great introductions. Mikael and Azari, you did great. You're great readers, and that's so important. I was really pulling for you when the Chancellor gave you that quiz, because the Chancellor is a very tough grader. But I think you all got it. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause. So I want to thank all the teachers and staff who work with our young people day in and day out. And I want to congratulate you from graduating from the bike riding program at DCPS. Give yourselves a big round of applause for doing that. So we're here, as has been said, and I want to recognize the Schofields for their investment in Washington, D.C. and the D.C. Bike Ride program. We closed down 20 miles of the street in Washington so that people can experience riding their bikes without having to worry about cars or even traffic lights. And it's a really wonderful way to see Washington, D.C. It's also been said that we have over 100 miles of bike lanes, beautiful parks and trails, and places where you can ride your bike. And the final thing I want to mention is how much being able to ride a bike gives you independence and freedom. And learning how to ride at this young age, you will have this skill for the rest of your lives. You know, I can ride a bike. I can ride in the park. I can ride on the trails. I could even ride downtown to my office. You know, I taught my daughter how to ride a bike this year. And it's so important because now she knows, like you, how to wear her helmet, how to cross safely, and she can ride even to the park. And soon she'll be able to ride on her own when she gets a little bit older. So we know, and your teachers and staff at your schools know, that being outside is healthy for you, right? When you're outside, you can play with your friends, right? When you're outside, you're not just looking at TV. Right. You're not just playing with video games, but you're enjoying the sun. Is the sun good for you? Is fresh air good for you? Is looking at the trees and park, is that good for you? Keep riding, boys and girls. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Bowser. All right, so we have a lot of fun activities for you to do after this right across the street at Kenilworth Park. And what we're going to do, we have a traffic garden for you to practice riding your bikes in little lanes. And we have an area that you're going to get to decorate your bikes and personalize it. And then we also have a little route that you can go on with your class that your teacher's going to take you around right out there in the park. Are you guys ready for all that fun?